Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatum. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Off of play action, it's Watson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point, and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Watson now to throw. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Stiff-armed him. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
And he'll just chunk this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Watson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now from way back there after the sack. It's third and goal, a long third and goal. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Here's Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on third and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
The Dolphins at 5-4 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 35 on second down. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
First carry for Raheem Mostert.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 70. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation prior to the game. They would say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick 6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick 6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. To throw is Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. They run for it with Hunt. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here we go.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to pass. Tua. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Greedy Williams picks it off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Browns 28, Dolphins 21.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Let's go now. Black Ultra. Right, white. Trouble, 38.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
After the interception, here's Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Watson. Touchdown! David Njoku with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Dolphins 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's good. From Miami Dolphins. Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game. And, my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Cycle. Ready.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. After the sack on 1st down, Tua. And that is incomplete. Now, Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Strike it. Smack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watson off play action and escapes the sack. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Watson just beating the play clock. And the pressure gets to him again. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
But it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again. 3rd and long now. Now Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 4th down, Watson. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a give to Edmonds. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On play action, here's Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Red, yellow, ready.
Now Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hey, red. Black shot.
Here's Mostert. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation.
Real green.
Again, it's Mostert, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Flag 2. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Right back to Njoku. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Off of play action, it's Watson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Watson under pressure, and they got to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably to a hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded right around the 8. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Let's go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Go red. Field black.
Tua going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He finds his man complete. It's Grant.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Nick Needham picks it off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here we go.
2 and now on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Browns drive about to get started.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Keon Crossan. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field.
Yeah.